So Dead by Daylight just came out with a developer update for January 2025, so without further ado, here's everything you need to know about it. Starting off, I'm going to talk about the free character trials. Now, back in the day, you used to be able to bring offerings that would let you play a killer that you don't already own, just so that you can kind of see what it's like to see if you'd want to maybe purchase that killer. Well, nowadays, with all of the different survivors that we have and all of the different killers we have, Dead by Daylight is trying to bring that back, but in a different way. So we're going to be having an event where you can play a specific character that Dead by Daylight chooses for that time. Now, it'll be available for everybody, and it can help you get some challenges done. And yes, it'll be limited towards what you can do with that character, but it'll give you just a taste to see if you'd like to further play that character, maybe purchase them. But I think this is a really great idea just because of how expensive Dead by Daylight can actually be. Next, there's going to be a Deep Wound update. So pretty much there was a lot of players that were confused about what Deep Wound meant, the newer characters, or newer players I should say, and caused them to just bleed out and fall to the ground. So now they're going to be adding a little UI bar so that it's kind of like the anti-face camp bar, but it's for mending, so you'll be able to keep track of it a lot easier. And they also reduce the blood spatter and darkening effects when you're in Deep Wound state, just because of how annoying it would be. Now, a smaller change they're going to be making is the realm prevention system. So they are going to make it so that you are not getting sent to the same realm on back-to-back trials. Honestly, this isn't too big of a deal for me because I kind of like playing on the same map, or at least the same realm. But obviously map offerings are going to override this system, but it's just a little small change. Now, the biggest change we have is going to be the Nightmares rework, which has been a very long awaited and anticipated thing, which I personally am very excited for because Freddy has been trashed on for ages and I feel so bad for him. So we're gonna be getting into all of the changes that he's going to have, and he is honestly gonna be so awesome, guys. I'm so excited. One of the biggest things that they wanted to add with Freddy is just making his dream world presence affect survivors so much more than it already does, because I felt when playing against Freddy before, being in the dream world honestly didn't matter too much, but now it definitely is going to have an effect. So now with Freddy, you can press the active ability to swap between dream snares and dream pallets, which has been a long awaited from players. Dream snares now move at 12 meters with a cooldown of 5 seconds. They can go through walls and upstairs, but not off ledges. Dream snares now have a unique interaction with survivors, whether they're asleep or awake. Sleeping survivors will be hindered for 4 seconds, while awake survivors will gain 30 seconds on their sleep meter. Dream pallets can be triggered to explode in a geyser of blood. The explosion occurs 1.5 seconds after activation with a 3-meter radius. When a sleeping survivor is hit, they become injured, and when an awake survivor is hit, they gain 60 seconds on their sleep timer. The Nightmare can now teleport to completed, blocked, and endgame generators, as well as any survivor healing in the dream world. Upon completing a teleport, survivors within 8 meters will be revealed with Killer Instinct and gain 15 seconds to their sleep meter. So that kind of reminds me of Sadako a little bit. The teleport cooldown has been decreased from 45 seconds to 30 seconds, and the teleport can no longer be cancelled, so there's no more going to be faking a teleport. In the dream world, healing survivors will be revealed by Killer Instinct for as long as they're healing. They're also going to be giving the dream world a slight visual polish, which should help immerse players further into the fantasy of the Nightmare. Sleeping survivors can now use any clock to wake up, which is going to be really nice that you don't have to go to a specific one that's all the way across the map. And after using an alarm clock, it goes on cooldown for 45 seconds, which it cannot be used. On the survivor side, they wanted to address a few notable frustrations mainly around the alarm clocks and the general process of waking up, and they think that these changes are really going to improve the experience of playing against the Nightmare without having a significant impact on the overall balance. Now, let me know if you have any further questions, but I know that this rework is going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm excited. I might actually try to play Freddy after this, so we'll see. But it's definitely going to be making Freddy as an opponent a lot more fun to play against.